Back in July, you said inflation was going to be temporary.
My administration will do everything we can to address it. But again, these disruptions are temporary.
I think a lot of Americans are wondering what your definition of temporary is.
Well, you're being a wise guy with me a little bit, and I understand that's your job.
Will you take questions on inflation back? Do you think inflation is a political liability?
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch. What a stupid son of a bitch. Stupid son of a bitch.
We take inflation very seriously.
Economists call all these things transitory effects.
These one-time increases in prices are likely to have only transitory effects on inflation.
There will be transitory impacts as it relates to inflation.
I believe it's transitory.
A temporary or transitory impact.
In the end, it will be transitory.
These inflation rises will be transitory, that they will come back down next year. Inflation is going to come down next year. Inflation will come down next year.
Talking inflation. The overwhelming consensus is going to pop up a little bit and then go back down.
People fully expect this inflation to be temporary.
There's nobody suggesting there's unchecked inflation on the way. No serious economist.
The president's Build Back Better agenda as a whole will ease some of that inflationary pressure.
The bipartisan infrastructure deal and Build Back Better agenda could likely ease inflationary pressures.
It will ease longer-term inflationary pressures.
We're going to ease inflationary pressure.
I don't think that these investments will drive up inflation at all. Build Back Better will not increase inflation.
The overall Build Back Better vision is designed to reduce inflationary pressures.
I have 17 Nobel laureates in economics sent me a letter recently saying that my proposals would actually reduce inflation.
17 Nobel laureate economists said that if we passed both of these plans, we would reduce inflation.
17 Nobel laureates in economics said it's going to lower inflation.
17 Nobel Prize winners in economics.
17 Nobel Prize winning economists.
17 Nobel laureates.
A total of 14, I think it was 14, Nobel laureate economists.
Since it is paid for, it would not increase inflation.
Wages have gone up higher, faster than inflation.
Monthly rates of inflation have already fallen substantially.
If we pass the other two things I'm trying to get done, we will in fact reduce inflation.
The number one issue facing the Main Street investors is inflation. And it's pretty clear to me that inflation is not transitory. It's here to stay. And it's probably the single biggest threat to certainly financial markets and again, probably, I think, to society just in general.
I think anybody who looks at what's going on will tell you that unless you embrace the analytically meaningless phrase of persistently transitory, which I've heard, persistently transitory, this inflation round is not transitory. We should take it seriously, and central banks should move quickly to contain what could be something that ends up being more than just an inflation problem, but a growth problem.
Do you think we're heading into a difficult period in terms of inflation that will hurt? Why, if it's transitory?
Because it's not. I don't believe it's transitory.
You don't
That's what Rick said. I don't believe that.
Why not?
I said, because everybody's talking about paying people more money. The politicians are all saying, oh, you got a problem? You can't hire people? Biden says, pay them more money.